Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. Have you asked yourself, what is it that I can do right now to allow myself to start raising my prices? Well, if you've asked yourself that question, stick around because we're going to talk about that in this video. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my job is to make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now, I've had several people ask me, Michael, I'm going out, I'm finally booking shows, I'm getting more work, I'm doing more gigs, but I'm finding myself in this position where I'm kind of getting lowballed. You know, I'm not really getting the types of gigs that I want. I'm not really able to charge as much money as I would like to, and all of those things. So what can I do? Well, we're gonna talk about 3 things that you guys can do that is going to help to give you more credibility when it comes to the different clientele that you're booking, so that you guys can go out and you can start booking higher end gigs. Hey everyone, so sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank the newest members of the mob for joining. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you that I'm truly able to keep this channel going. You're gonna get early access to videos, you're gonna access tutorials, lectures, and even get one-on-one access with me where you can pick my brain about anything that you like. If you guys would like to join them and become a member of the mob, please click the join button, or you can click the membership tab right here on the channel for more information. If you guys would like to see some more awesome magic, please head over to my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for the interruption. And now back to the video. Now, before I get into these things, I want to tell you guys, I did a video not too long ago, basically talking about whether or not you really are hungry enough to go out and to book these gigs. If you have not already watched that video, I highly recommend that you do so, because in that video, I really talk about the mindset that you need to be in to want to go out and do these things. Because the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, though they are practical and not necessarily difficult things to do, they are going to take work to achieve. They are going to be something that you ramp yourself up to. It's not necessarily like a click of the fingers, wave a magic wand situation, and all of a sudden these gigs from heaven are going to rain on you where you're making $12, $13, $15, $2,000 an hour booking gigs or anything like that. Trust me, if I had that magic wand, I would use it, and I would, you know, retire early and live up, you know, in a hill somewhere in like a McMansion or something. But there is no magic wand to achieve that. You do have to work for it. And in this video, I just wanted to go over 3 things. And the first thing is networking. You need to put yourself in a situation where you are able to go out and network with the right people. If you're just surrounding yourself in a network with people that are booking low-end work, maybe they're doing backyard parties, things like this, that network of people is going to be very helpful in helping you to book more of that work. But let's just say you want to start doing more high-end events, weddings, bar mitzvahs, corporates, things like this, gigs that are going to pay you more per hour to be there, and more than likely book you for multiple hours. Because if I get booked for a backyard party, they might book me to do like a 30 or 40-minute show in the backyard, and then that's kind of it, right? I might be able to convince them to have me stay around extra, do some mix and mingle, maybe make some balloons for the little kids or something like that. But realistically, oftentimes 1 hour is the longest that they're going to have me there, and you can't charge a whole lot of money for a backyard birthday party. Maybe if you're in a wealthier neighborhood, you can get away with that, but oftentimes there are so many entertainers that are willing to go out and to do that backyard birthday, and maybe they're even more well equipped than you are. Maybe they offer face painting. You know, they're gonna do balloons, they're gonna do activities, they got this, they got that, they got a magic show, they got all this stuff, and they're gonna package it for like $100. and here you are trying to charge $500 an hour. The client's gonna go with the $100 person that's got all of these things to offer, right? So what can you do? How can you put yourself in a position where you're able to book these higher end gigs? And that is honestly, you just got to network with people that are going to get you those higher end gigs, right? For example, I'm going to be doing an event with a good friend of mine not too long from now, and this is a networking event where there's going to be a bunch of party planners there talking about people that book weddings, they book corporate events, maybe they're in the industry, they're photographers, they're videographers, people like this, people that are surrounding themselves with other people within the industry that are all trying to help each other to book work in a very specific niche, right? And so for example, we're gonna go to this networking event, I'm gonna mix around, I'm gonna show some magic tricks to some folks, I'm gonna pass out some business cards and let them know, hey, if you ever need a magician, please put me in your list of magicians to hire. So if a client books you for something and they need a magician, I got your back. You know that I'm good, you know that I'm solid, you've seen firsthand what it is that I can do. Give me a call, and if I am available, I would love to be your magician that you send out to all of your events, right? And that's just one person. Imagine if I network with hundreds of people. Now I have hundreds of people that have me in their mind so that when they get booked for a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a corporate, and the person needs a magician, they know who to call. They're gonna call me and they're gonna send me out to that event. And these are gonna be higher end gigs, the ones that you're looking for. Again, these are gonna be your weddings, your bar mitzvahs, your corporates. These are not gonna be your backyard children's birthday parties. They're not gonna be your backyard barbecue events. They're not gonna be your baby showers. They're not gonna be the events that are usually lower paying gigs. And there's nothing wrong with taking those gigs. I myself take those gigs in the interim in between other events. I have no problem with going out and taking a $300 or $400 backyard birthday party gig. But I'm also taking the larger paying gigs, and that means going out and networking with people, even if you don't get paid anything for it. So keep that in the back of your mind. We all know that working for exposure sucks. It's buns, right? Like you don't want, you have a client ring you up and they're like, hey, we have this perfect gig for you, but it doesn't really pay anything. Imagine the exposure you're gonna get performing in my backyard to all of my friends that are gonna be drinking beer and having hot dogs on the grill. You know, it's gonna be amazing, you know? You don't necessarily want to take those kind of gigs for exposure. But if you told me, look, I got a gig, it's not really gonna pay you anything, but the clients there, they're all very wealthy, they have deep pockets, they're all constantly looking to have the next best thing at their events. Are you interested? And if I'm not doing anything that night, why would I not go out to this networking event? All right, the next one is you have to dress to impress. Have you ever heard the phrase that you have to dress for the job that you want, not necessarily the one that you have, right? If you want to be billing your clients top dollar, you have to look presentable. You have to be wearing nice clothes. You have to be using nice props. You don't want your props to look like you bought them 10 years ago and they're falling apart and they're held together with duct tape. You don't want the clothes that you're wearing to look like crap, like they're torn or faded from the sun, or you bought this jacket at Walmart and you got this pair of trousers at Target and you just slapped together you know, a suit that it's two different shades of black. It doesn't even look like it's the same suit, right? And you got a mustard stain on that shirt that you've scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, but it just won't come out. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, Michael, I'm already struggling with doing these lower paying gigs, and now you're telling me to go out and spend more money on a nice suit, on newer props, all of these things? And the answer is yes. Take that money that you're getting from the gigs that you're doing already, and instead of taking that money and using it to buy a flat screen TV or to go out and have a nice dinner or to, you know, do whatever it is that you're gonna do with it that's got nothing to do with your business. I'm not saying that you have to overnight spend thousands of dollars. What you can do is you can take that money from those gigs, and it doesn't even have to be all of it, but you can take that money and you can put it aside into a savings account, and you can have that account only be for things that are related to your business. You can open a business checking account. You can go to your bank, you can open a checking account that's just specifically for your business, and you can use that account only on things that you know are going to improve your quality of your material, your quality of your show, all of these things, right? And you don't have to spend a ton of money. You can buy a really nice suit for cheap if you know where to look. Personally, right now, I'm wearing like a like a $500 suit, if you count the trousers and the jacket that I'm wearing, not even counting the shirt, just the jacket alone is $200, right? So everything that I'm wearing together is like a $500 suit. It's not like the most expensive suit in the world, but guess what? I didn't even pay $500. I paid $30 for this jacket because I got it on 90% off clearance at JCPenney, right? You can go shopping for bargains. You can get nice clothes that are new and not stained and don't have holes in them and are not worn out. You can go and you can get nice new clothes without necessarily having to spend a whole ton of money. I'm not wearing it right now, but I bought a new watch. It's a Bulova watch. I think it's like a $450 watch, and I paid like 150 bucks for it because I got it on sale and I used a coupon and all of this stuff, right? So you don't have to necessarily even spend a ton of money, but you want to be smart with how you spend your money, and you want to make sure that you're investing that money into new props, new clothes, buy some cologne, smell nice, dress sharp, clean your fingernails, take a shower before you got to your gig, get a haircut. All of these things, you want to look polished and professional, right? One thing I learned from David Stone when first starting out, he talked about this. He said when he's out and performing at a gig, he wants to be wearing some of the most expensive clothes more than any of the clients that are even there. Now, I'm not saying you want to go to that necessarily to that extreme, of course. You don't have to be wearing a Rolex. You don't have to have a Gucci wallet. You don't have to, have like a custom silk, Italian imported suit or any of that stuff. I'm not saying you got to do all of that, but you want to have that mindset, and you definitely want to go in knowing that you're dressed just as sharp, and if not sharper than most of the guests that are at the event. You don't want to rock up to an event where everyone is dressed nice, you can tell everyone's got money, and then you come in and you're not really, you just don't look like you belong there. Your suit's a mess. Again, you got that mustard stain on your shirt. You want to look really nice, because if they feel like you're in the club and you're one of them, even though you might not be, they're going to feel more inclined to want to hire you and have you at their event. Because imagine you're spending all this money on a magician, and then the magician rocks up and he's falling apart, his props are held up by duct tape. It's just a really bad look. You want to dress to impress, and you want to dress for the job that you want, not necessarily the one that you have. And the last piece of advice, which you're probably not going to want to hear, because I already told you, you need to spend a bunch of money on new clothes and new props and stuff, right? Is you have to pay to play. Now, what do I mean by that? If you are already using marketing sites, you're on Yelp, you're on Google, you're on Gig Salad, or any of these other kinds of networking sort of sites that allow you to set up a profile where people can contact you to inquire about hiring you. If you're on the basic free versions of a lot of these things, you're going to want to try to pay for some of these. You're going to want to upgrade from the basic free Gig Salad account to the paid Gig Salad account. You want to upgrade from just using the basic Yelp for Business to actually running ads, doing a pay-per-click campaign on Yelp, on Google, things like this. Because if you're just waiting for the leads to come to you, they're not going to. And the law of averages is definitely on your side. The more leads you have and the more leads you're paying for, the higher the chances of one of those higher end leads coming across your table, right? Here's a little anecdote for you. I was getting very frustrated with Yelp because I felt like I was spending so much money and I was just getting so many of these little $100 gigs coming through. I got a $100 gig there, a $150 gig there, a $200 gig there. Here's another $100 gig. Here's a gig that wants me to turn up for free. They're like, don't worry, we'll feed you. We got pizza and beer, you're good. No, I don't want that, right? And I was getting so frustrated because I had a bunch of these sorts of events coming through, and then it happened. I had a wedding come through, a $1,500 for 2 hours strolling, right? And it's like that one wedding, paid me better than all of those other gigs that I was getting requested for had I taken them for the whole month already, just that one gig. And that's just one gig that I got booked, right? That gig alone paid for the advertising and I made a profit off of it. Now, again, in the interim, I'm taking these smaller gigs too, but these smaller gigs are also allowing me to supplement my pay that I would be spending on having these advertising sites running, so that when I do get those $1,500, $1,200, $800, gigs coming through, That's just pure profit going into my pocket, right? But again, you don't want to just take that money and be like, oh, cool, I just made 1,500 bucks. I'm gonna go use this to buy, you know, like a new flat screen TV and get the, you know, the NFL Super Sunday ticket package so I can watch all my football games and all this stuff. Don't grab these things and just spend money on them right away. You know, you want to save, you want to invest that money into your act, buying new clothes, using that money to pay for the advertising, to pay for your gig salad, to pay for your pay-per-click campaigns that you're doing and all of these things, right? So take that money, reinvest it into your business, and you will see higher quality leads coming through. Now there's one thing, again, that I want to stress more than anything here. This isn't an overnight situation. You're not going to see these changes right away. You're not going to start paying for Yelp and then within like a couple of days, you're going to be booking thousands of dollars worth of gigs. I'm not saying that. You are going to have to work for it. It is going to take time. It is a ramp up situation, right? It's like a snowball. You start rolling the snowball, it's going to be very small at first, but the more you roll it, the bigger and bigger and bigger that snowball is going to be, until the next thing you know, the snowball is massive because you've built all of these things around it. The more of these higher end gigs that you take, the more higher end referrals you're going to get, because these people network with each other and they're going to pass your information to their colleagues and their family and their friends. And now you're going to find yourself doing more of these higher end paying referrals rather than getting a bunch of referrals for the lower end stuff, right? And again, this isn't to trash any magicians that are out doing lower end work. I take these gigs too. If you want to survive in this business, you kind of take as many things as you can, which once again leads me to this question. How hungry are you for this? How much do you want to be able to make full-time or even part-time magic a part of your life so that you can make an income doing what it is that you love, to pay for your bills, to pay for your family, your lifestyle, and all of this stuff? It's not easy work. If it was, just about everyone would do it. Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, want to see more videos just like it, please go ahead, click the subscribe button, click the like button, the share button, the button, and any other buttons of that nature. Don't forget to check out my website, o'brienmagic.com, for some really cool magic products. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.